I'm going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour or plain flour. So we're going to add in some butter, and I'm going to use 50 grams of butter. So when you're making a quiche, you need cold butter, because then it doesn't get soft and you don't handle it with your hand as much. So as you're mixing it, you normally mix it with your hand, not the palm of your hand. So I need 50 grams. Okay. Have my weighing scale here. Turn it on. 55. Or 49. Voila. I'm gonna cut this into cubes. The next thing we'll need is some feta cheese. So I'll be using 200 grams of feta cheese. Feta cheese gives it a nice salty flavor. What I noticed is that the dough itself has not much flavor, so 200 grams of feta, and I'm just going to cube it the same way as the butter. Makes it easier for the food processor, or if you're doing it by hand, it makes it way easier. So that's perfect. So in my food processor, I'm going to add in my sifted flour, the 2 cups of flour, and some butter. And into this I'm going to grind in fresh black pepper. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. After that I'm going to add in the feta cheese. Just add it in. I'm going to add in some water. I'll add in 3 tablespoons of cold water, tap water. Doesn't have to be anything special. Or if you want, you can add some cooking oil. So 3 tablespoons. I'm just gonna check it. I might add a little bit more of water, but you want it to be more like a breadcrumb consistency. And this is looking good, smells really nice. I will add a little bit more water to this, maybe another 2 tablespoons. So you want to play around with it until you know the consistency that you want. Give it a check. Oh, that's perfect. You want it to form a dough when you press it like that. Yeah, that's fine. It's actually very soft. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna knead it a little bit more until I feel like it's good. So that's perfect. I'm gonna cover it with a cling film and put it in the fridge. So I'm gonna now it's 1:45. You can leave it for 30 minutes, you can leave it overnight. So I'm gonna leave this until I'm ready to bake. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge just to chill, and then we'll be ready to roll. So for the ingredients, these are all the ingredients that I'll be using for this quiche. I'm doing a vegetable quiche, and here I have 100 grams of feta cheese, that I've just crumbled with my hand. I have 3 eggs. I'm using free-range eggs. I have a cup of grated cheese. So I grated this myself, but if you want you can buy the store-bought one. 200 ml of cream. If you don't have cream, you can use milk. It works perfectly as well. I have some black pepper, salt, oregano, mixed herbs. So this one has thyme, parsley, marjoram. I have some olive oil here that I'll be using for sauteing all my vegetables. And for the vegetables that I'm using, if you want to do a vegetable quiche, it's good to use vegetables that don't produce much water when they're cooking or when they're baking. So here I have broccolini. So I have a few stems of that. I have some cauliflower, some, I don't know what you call them. I can't remember the name of them. I have tomatoes. I'm only using half a tomato. I have broccoli here. I have mixed pepper, red and yellow pepper, some zucchini or courgette, and I have onions, 2 small red onions, and some garlic. So those are all my ingredients. I'm going to start by mixing this, the milk, the cream with some eggs in there, add them all in. I'm going to add in some cheese. All the cheese goes in. And here I'm using mature cheddar cheese. It has more flavor. I'm going to add in some feta cheese. Oregano goes in, a teaspoon of that, or according to what taste you like. I'm going to add the same amount of mixed herbs, some salt, just a tiny bit of salt, because the cheese and your feta cheese do have a little bit of salt in them. Some freshly ground black pepper, and finally we're going to whisk this. It might not combine nicely, but it should. So we'll set this aside for now, and we're going to saute all the vegetables. So in a warm pan, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Swirl that around. Garlic and onion goes in. I'll add in some dried oregano, and now I'll add in all my vegetables. I'll leave the tomatoes for a few minutes. I'm going to add in some salt. Fresh black pepper. So after 5 minutes, that's how the vegetables are. I'm gonna turn off my gas. You want your vegetable to be bright green. Anything that is green to be really nice and green. So I'm going to let this cool down ever slightly while we finish off with our dough. So this is nicely caramelized now. As you can see, it looks really nice. So I'm using a 28 centimeter tart tin, and I'm using the one that doesn't, the base doesn't come out. But if you have the one that the base come out, that's perfect. So go ahead and turn on your oven to 200 degrees. I'm going to start on this dough, which we made earlier and chilled in the fridge. So a tiny bit of flour on the surface. So this is going to be really hard, so you need your muscles. So I'm going to bake these in the oven for 30 minutes, and then we'll serve it up. So finally my quiche is done. If you touch it like that, you know that it's done. It's not soggy. It looks amazing, as you guys can see. I am so happy. So yeah, that's the finished look of my quiche. I am so happy on how it turned out. I'm gonna serve this with some salad, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you do give it a try, please let me know how it turns out. I have made this 2-3 times and it's amazing. So if you want to give it a try, please do. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe below, and press on the bell button, and you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye.